So we're here at my dad's railway. No, is it the railway room? What do we call it?
Yeah, railway room. Yeah,
yeah, it's the railway room.
Yeah.
And it was your birthday very recently, and you got a few things. And I thought we'd do a bit about little things you've done on the railway, maybe some major things, as well as some locos and bits that you've got, and cover one other little area that I've been asked some questions about after visiting last time.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll let you fire away. So one bit is technically what you've done the layout, isn't it?
Yes. There used to be a large board across here with a controller sort of set into it, which was too big. You had to lift it off first before you could lift the flap up. So I made a small unit like that, so which has only got just the actual controls in.
So the bare essentials.
Yes, and the controllers are underneath.
Okay.
But you can select what kind of controller you want. Either a comp speed type board, or a Merg analog.
Okay, so what's in layman's terms? You've got comp speed and the analog. So
comp speed are feedback controllers.
So when your engine's struggling a bit, it puts a bit more through.
Yeah, going around a bend or up a hill or whatever, was a bit tight, the chassis sort of thing. It just helps it to run more smoothly. Measure the back EMF.
Yeah.
The analog, just sort of pure DC or it's pulsed DC.
Okay, so it blindly sends it to.
It'll just send it. It doesn't. No, there's no feedback on that.
Yeah. Okay, so that's more like if you bought your first ever Hornby controller, which just pours power in.
Yes.
Okay.
But some locos, some of the modern cordless ones don't like the feedback controllers.
I see.
So you're better off with a pure DC type.
Okay.
Or just a gently pulsed DC one. So you can actually plug that in underneath, depending on what kind of controller you want.
Yeah.
They use the same controls, and you just plug in underneath this board. Then the other option was if you want DCC, one of the channels. You wouldn't use these controls then, but wiring wise, wiring wise, it uses the same connector.
Okay.
So you can have DCC.
That's fantastic.
On there as well. So
people often talk about switching the layouts from DCC to DC.
Yeah.
Is there any thoughts for the future where you could flick a switch to do it, or would it be full plug-in? I guess you'd have to swap over all those connections. Yes,
it's all wired for analog, really now to DC now. You could do.
Yeah.
But again, all the track sections are on here, so this would be whichever I think is number 3.
Yeah.
Push the slot underneath.
So you
just set everything to number 3, and everything's DCC.
I see. So you've got your 3 controllers. 2 could be analog, 1 could be DCC.
Yes, it's whichever one. Whichever module this will only fit into one of them because it's a bit wider, so it's one of the end ones. Whereas these are a bit. No, you can actually put these in anyway. This one has to go on the end.
Yeah,
because the Merg board was a bit bigger.
That's excellent. So then you just plug your controller into that.
Yeah, plug into there, select which one it's plugged into, and that track is DCC.
Great.
Or you could select all of them if you wanted to, which then you wouldn't use any of these.
Make them all 3. Yeah, so you don't have any controls here to be using.
You just plug the handset in onto there, and it will dangle out from underneath.
That's brilliant. So that future-proofs yourself, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the other point to talk about before we look at your kind of birthday gifts is about this coach. And I've been asked by a couple of YouTubers, where did this coach come from? What is it? And I guess how can I get one would be the question. But that might be a little bit difficult. Do you want to explain a bit more about this coach?
Yes, they're all kit built. They were made by PC models. This is one of the earlier boxes. And I looked on the instructions, it says 1971. So. But I bought these other ones in the late 70s, so they were around then. You can still get them at shows and exhibitions and whatnot, toy fairs.
So these are kind of like 45 years old. These
so on these instructions it says issue 3, 1971. So,
right.
But I think I bought the majority of them. Yes, I was
going to say that's what you get for the sides. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it means you don't do much painting there.
No, but the strips, it's all sort of. I think that's the roof.
Okay.
And the seat units are all chopped out of that.
I see. So you have to
compartments. Yeah, there's quite a lot of work to do.
Nice.
And then all the bars, the chassis, these sole bars, and the the steps and everything. It's all out of sort of metal.
So to make it all yourself.
Yes, it's yeah.
So it's almost scratch. It's less than a kit. It's more of a scratch build.
Yeah, the chassis ends up like that. Yes.
I see.
I can't think what else is in there. Yeah, it's just like lots of plastic.
I see.
It's printed.
So you get your kit and you've got to do quite a lot of work.
Yes.
But that's how it's been. Like you've built so many things based on that principle.
Yeah, that's how they were done then, and then later on, I suppose it went to all plastic and whatnot.
What was the reasons for getting it at the time?
There weren't any Great Western coaches apart at the time. Well, you could buy all brass kits, or I think BSL, Phoenix, whatever. There were various makes. But it was all these had the pre-printed side, so that was the
it looks excellent. You wouldn't realise when it's going around that it's all printed.
No, but you'd say that otherwise it was brass. Airfix made a centenary coach, which wasn't a bit specific really for the crack expresses, so that wasn't really a sort of generic coach. They were about the only things around at the time.
Yeah,
and I think they were.
Well, they must look brilliant though when you've got it all built up compared to what you can get.
Yeah, no, they're good in their day. Yes, they were very good.
And the cost of them at the time, was it not too dear? The kit?
About a £5 each at the time.
Okay. What's that relative to today's money? Of if you were buying
probably
something?
More like 50. I should. Well, 30, 50. No,
okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Something like that.
It's a hard question to ask, isn't it?
Yeah.
But no, that's great, and we don't do that now. We generally buy things off the shelf. But there's a lot of modelers out there that do build things from scratch, and this is a kit, but you've got to do a lot, so that's really interesting.
Yeah, it's quite a lot.
Yeah, I've been learning a little bit more about the details of things that you can add on and the extra bits when we go on dark castings and get bits, or even on Peter's Spares where you can go through and get replacement parts, but you don't see things like this on there, so that's where you've shown me your Will's fine cast bits. Well, various, all these different companies you've shown me. There was the other box, wasn't there? Was it Wheel Tupper?
Oh, it's down there.
Okay.
It was a company that took on I suppose all the castings and the prints and everything. Yeah. And they were, I think they folded up about 5 years ago. Okay. They were just a slightly different, it's a square box that matched the coach. Yeah. But yeah, that was Wheel Tapper, but they were making the same things.
Okay, so it went for quite some time.
Yes.
Yeah. So hopefully any of you that were looking for it, you'd have to look up the PC Models Great Western Railway 57-foot top light coach kit. If you can find it, but you've got a lot of work to do. But if you want it, then go for it. Okay, so after that, we've been having some fun before we put the cameras on and did some recording of some things you've had going around. And one of them you got by accident. Well, not accident, but it wasn't the plan. But you went to, was it Alta Models?
Yes, Alta.
Yeah, so Alta Models down Hampshire. It's Hampshire, isn't it?
It's in Hampshire.
So not far from, what railway is Alton near?
Watercress.
Yeah, Watercress line. So you went down there and to get some bits, but I'll let you explain.
Well, originally I was waiting for the Rails gas turbine engine. It's a diesel loco that's not. It's supposedly on its way, but hasn't arrived yet. So just so I had a little birthday gift for my wife, she said, "I'll go and get a couple of coaches of the 4-wheel London South Western coaches, which were really to go with my Adams radial, which is in pea green, the London South Western colour. And then my wife saw while we were there, in the display cabinets underneath the counter, he has all the locos out, unboxed, sat on the glass shelves.
It's kind of like a sweet shop, isn't it?
Yes, it's more of a traditional type model shop with it all on the counter and behind and everything. He had the London South Western Terrier in there, and so my wife sort of rather liked it.
Quite a bright colour, isn't it? It's like that, almost that malachite colour, isn't it?
They just sort of call it pea green.
Yeah, it's
so
pea
it's
green,
quite a light colour. So she said about having that as well, so that was unexpected.
It's a nice little logo as well. Because I got my LBS CR jobby, which I was really pleased with, so it's nice to see you've got. Well, have you got many other terriers?
I've got the Great Western one that was used on the Western Portishead and it's Western Cleveland and Portishead, WC and P.
Okay.
It's called. Western Cleveland and Portishead Railway near Bristol. They bought some of these, and I think I've got one of the ones in the Umber livery with the name on the side.
Okay.
That they did. It doesn't have LBSC. It has just a name on it.
Yeah.
I think that's the other one I had. Yes.
Oh, that's great.
So you saw that one as well. So it was all completes the set. So.
Oh, it does look nice, and a nice funner going around.
It was, yes. Yeah, it is.
It's tiny.
Yeah.
So the next one is a bit of a beast. And actually, the time of filming this, Hornby have got their Spamfest Instagram kind of push going on, which has been good to see, all the Battle of Britons and everything. And obviously, you've kind of got yourself one.
Yes, well, I'd always fancied one. I had one as a child, with a Triang one. And then I thought, well, I fancied a Battle of Britain anyway, the Spam Can one.
So which one's this one?
This Winston Churchill, this one is, because I remembered the funeral train from back in 1965, something like that.
So you would have been 9 years old?
We saw that going along, so I sort of fancied having that to sort of, not to say recreate a funeral train, but I just like the logo. Yes, and plus I had the Triang one when I was younger, sort of about 8 or 10 or something.
So it's about time.
Yeah, so I fancied another one, the proper one when it came out. Oh, got to have that one. So yeah,
that's brilliant.
Yeah, and when it first came out, it was only available as a set with a couple of the older style Pullmans. I think they put in it in a utility van or something. But yeah, that's sort of
Because it runs around all right. It catches on your points a little bit. So we'll have a little look at it.
Yeah, I think it's just that my points are quite tight, and you have to have the wheels gapped exactly to the 14.5 millimeters or whatever it is.
So we'll have to just give that a check.
So it just need a little tweak.
Yeah, because it's mainly on the bogies that run it.
Yeah, it's quite light, the front bogie. Yes. Yeah. Oh, but otherwise it runs nice.
Yeah, no, it's nice. It's smooth. Like from the first movement, it was smooth. But I guess you'll spend a bit of time running it in and enjoying it.
Yeah,
but no, it's a good looking loco, and that's obviously pulling your Pullman coaches, which I noticed had some lights on the inside.
Yes. Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Had a bit of a job though, you said, because it's got the pickups on the wheels.
Because they've got wiper pickups, I think. I think it's wipers. As you get more drag, so it is a heavier load. So
yeah, looks good going around though.
Oh yes. Yeah, just have to remember it's because it's just a bit more of a drag.
You give a bit more welly at places, so
it does alright.
It's wheel spinning, but no, it's been really, really good.
Yeah.
So now we'll have a little look at the engines going round. It should be nice. We've got various shots. We picked some earlier where we've got the garden in the background. That's kind of good. So we'll go and do that. Well, I enjoyed that. I don't know about you.
Yes, well, lovely. Yeah.
Yeah, your locos are working
Pleasure,
nicely.
Yeah.
Obviously, I guess you'll be watching this video back when it comes out. Have some fun. Just want to say big thanks to my patrons and channel members. Your support's always welcome. If you want to subscribe to the channel, the button is just down there. Click on it and you can catch any future content that comes out. But anyway, it's been great having you, and see you next time. Bye.
Bye.